An hour after I found the bottom of my last bottle, I still couldn't make sense of it. I had to be missing something. I was stumped.
I am not thrilled, Gus. I am not thrilled, titillated, or even tepidly optimistic here.
My boss was beside himself, and the booze had nothing more to tell me. It all started late Friday night when I got a call about a triple murder at a restaurant downtown. The star of the picture was Eustace P. Forrester, the rubber magnate who had made a fortune in French Indochina. He was hot to trot his wealthy backside around town, and he was known to show up here, at the restaurant owned by his brother, Erasmus Razzle Forrester. What a pastiche these brothers would make, with Eustace ordering expensive dishes that would leave a hummingbird hungry, and Razzle filling the place with the type of music favored by the crowd who invested in diamonds and tipped in pennies. Life was a great big game to these two peas in a pod, and brother, did they love playing it. As these stories tend to go, Eustace ordered a round of frog legs, the lights went out, and when they came back up, he had croaked, stabbed in the back like a commoner. The patrons, of course, first looked for the waiter, who turned out to be our second stiff, stabbed in the front like a gentleman. Henri was his name. The genteel mob asked the kitchen staff who could have done this, and soon they were after Larry the janitor, a working stiff with an unfavorable accent who was hired for his discretion. Well, that only went so far, because he, being a member of the hoi polloi among the hoity-toity, tried to throw suspicion upon a local booze hound in the alleyway to whom Henri had snuck food. Well, if Henri weren't dead already, they might have kicked him out for sharing their fish eggs with someone so repulsive as Sweet and Nasty. Sweet and Nasty was a local guy who made his living on rags and bottles, as well as arts and crafts from bones and newspapers. He got his nickname from his initially sweet demeanor and how quickly he could turn nasty. Well, folks, he'll only ever be nasty now. Stiff number 3. The mob turned back to Larry and talked my ear off trying to get him booked. I was brought there to double-check the mob rules hysteria. The only clue I got of any significance was that the back door had been picked. 3 men from different sides of the tracks, now on the other side of the ground. Something funny was going on. Independently, a wise guy like me could figure a standard motive for each of the murders. The big guy for his money, the waiter for his nerve, and the wino for being himself. Razzle was his brother's only heir, but everybody said they got along great. That motive was flimsy. Besides, the witnesses said the piano kept playing when the lights went out. That's talent. Larry was a working stiff who wasn't allowed in the front room. Could he have turned the lights off because his presence would send all those turned-up noses looking for who smelled like an honest living? Who had picked the lock on the back door? Sweet and Nasty? Why bother if Henri was sneaking him food? To file a complaint with the chef? My boss was convinced that either the janitor or the booze hound was our culprit.
Book 'em both and see who cracks.
May I remind you that Sweet and Nasty pushes up daisies?
I beg your pardon.
So that left the janitor. Maybe it was my dirt road childhood, but I didn't think it was him. He had keys. Someone else had to have jimmied that door. Could it be? Could this be the mystery man I was looking for? Or is this just an old photo of Sweet and Nasty? He could be Razzle if he forgot to shave. With Eustace in the mix, they could all be related. But Henri and Larry? Wait a second. No. And it couldn't be. How is it possible for 8 guys to look so similar? Unless we're all the same person.
Very good, Mr. Detective. I was beginning to worry you would never figure it out.
How is this possible? I can't be. I can't. I can't be.
You sound like a broken record.
Is that it? Am I broken in the head? No more than me. Razzle, you too? But I questioned you.
Well, it's very healthy to question yourself, but not too much.
Great. Another mess for Larry to clean up. How many people am I?
Stop asking questions and start getting the answers.
You too, boss?
What did I just say?
It's not so easy, is it? At war with yourself? What a shame.
Shut up, you son of a bitch.
Okay. Right. If that is how the game is played, then this is how I will play it.
And another mess for Larry to clean up.
Is anyone else tired?
Exhausted.
Plum tuckered out.
I'm pooped.
Not me.
Which means that I'm the one. The real one. You're under arrest. In my head.
Does that mean all of us? Or,
Amscray. I stink at piano.
You done good, lad.
You really solved it. Sometimes the greatest mystery is no mystery at all.
Well, that didn't make any goddamn sense.